Welcome back to Just Fantastic Apps channel. Today we're back playing Ship Graveyard Simulator 2, the second edition, the return of the ships. I don't know. The return of the ship, the shippening. Yeah, let's go with that. Ship Graveyard Simulator 2, the return of the shippening. So, last time I was talking about random bullshittery that made literally zero sense the way I said it, the way I talked about it, and my mind just wandering about the place. Yes, could you imagine that? Doing a few things at the same time isn't really that valuable, blah 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 blah, isn't really that viable and or making sense, since from time to time I do require my brain to think, and when I'm unable to think about too many things, doesn't even make sense. That is forgot the word. Amazing. This is how my brain works. Congratulations, you have witnessed it firsthand. So, when my brain doesn't manage to talk about two things at once, I tend to just give a blank. Yes. See, just not like now. Seriously, I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm just, my brain right now doesn't want to work. I know I have to beat out rivets. I have to mention that. And I think I might be able to get my mind back on track by doing something repetitive without really thinking about it. Whew. So, funny thing and a sad thing. Funny for you, sad for me. If you're one of those people that watch my Amnesia series, you probably know that I said that I need to continue my game from that I ended my last episode into the under a table. Yes, I do actually know where I ended my last episode. The sad part about all of that is due to my incompetence. Yes, due to my incompetence, I deleted that video. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. I just did. I was like, let me just get these files, and delete them. I like the old videos that I had already uploaded and stuff and rendered, and last week's videos. And in the midst of those, I didn't see the Amnesia one. So I pressed my usual combination of buttons, Shift Delete, and killed it. The moment I did that, I realized, oh snap. Oh snap. Another more explicit words used, but I was like, what do I do now? Immediately I had a thought. Go back to a previous save of the Windows, like the autosaves that the Windows does. Revert what you had done previously. I remember that. I was like, let's go and check it out if I can. I could have. I didn't. That was last save, last autosave, let's just call it that, on my Windows and all the files on it, was a few days ago. So, yeah, there was no way of me not losing. Well, since I played a lot of Fallout, I would have lost all that progress. I think almost all of it, to be honest. And that was the first thing. I would have lost a bunch of other stuff for other games. I would have lost a bunch of files that I need, that I worked on in between then and now. And yeah, that would have been fun. Wouldn't have been fun, so that video is lost forever. Hate me if you want, but I will need to remake it. What happened in it was I died. So progress that I made in Amnesia that day was 0. I didn't see a bunch of stuff, and when I go back to record that video, I wouldn't have any issues with recording that video. I would already know what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, and everything connected to that thing. I will also mention it, what I did, or well, didn't do. I will mention it, and I will proceed in a different way, I think. Because that is going to be the only way I can proceed with. Because I am currently stuck, I think. There's a lot of thinking happening, but the reason being is I really do have a bunch of issues. Like, the 2 videos that I made was in the 7th one, I go around the place in the dark. In the 8th one I do the same. But the reason being is, in the 7th one I died. Like, I went outside, I went there and I did a bunch of stuff and I died. And that wasn't good. I really didn't lose anything, I just lost a bunch of time and made 0 progress. So when that happened, I said, okay, let's go out again. I went out again. And I think I died. I don't remember if I died twice or once in that video, but in the end of the video, I ended the video under a table, because I'm hiding from the monster. And under that table, I was safe. I decided to end the recording since it was like 19 minutes 50 seconds of recording, so you know, my standard video length, you know. And I said, I'm gonna end the video here, next one begins from under this table. And yes, that other one did begin from under that table. I recorded the whole video. I died again. So, as I was trying to go back to the safe house to save my progress and stuff, I died. So there was no save. I was like, okay, now I know what to do, where to go, exactly what to find and get. I will do it faster. So I did it faster. I died on the way back. At that point, I had already died 4 times for that play session, for both of these recordings, one of which wasn't even planned to be done that day, since I can't really save the game at that point. And I was like, I have to record it, I can't really turn off the game right now. There is no saves in this game, which is absolutely a terrible idea. And the good one, since you really don't miss anything if I just fail like that. And with that happening, I lost all the progress from, well, me going to the thing. From me dying, not reaching the safe house and stuff, I lost all that progress. aka I gained nothing. And for like the 17 minutes that I was playing that, I was like, okay, the video, yeah, I think it was about 17 minutes. Yeah, the video is gonna be cutting it short, I can't really go outside again. I did all the things I could have, like, I did all that. I said all that, and I stand by it. I really couldn't have done anything else in the time span that I had left for the episode, so I really didn't want to record a third one, so I was like, okay, since I know everything, I have done everything, I have collected all the stuff, I'm now going to end it. So it was fun, you know, I ended the video and I was like, I'm happy recorded. I have all the recording for this week and the next week. That means next week I don't have to play Amnesia, to, you know, and I'm gonna continue with this. It's going to be interesting since I end an episode in a different way other than in the safe room. I haven't saved the progress, so it will be like kind of tense. Nope, nothing like that happened. I just decided to be like, yeah, done snap that file, go away, I don't really need you, whoopsie. Well, what could have one done? Nothing. Especially me, I couldn't have done anything about me saving my own file. And that is how I lost it. And now I'm sub, and now I have to record Amnesia. I don't know if I'll record it today. I am kind of hungry now. I just want this to finish. Then I'll look for lunch. And then I will be making lunch. And then I'll be having a break. All the while I'm rendering. And this is fun. And I hate myself. And I'm sad. I really didn't want to play Amnesia this week. Like, my honest opinions about the Amnesia series, kind of fun, interesting, absolutely abysmally bad as storytelling wise. Like, well, not bad, just if you're not willing to read it, you won't get anything. You really won't get anything. You won't know why you're doing a thing. You won't remember know what the hell is happening. Well, there are some voice lines that you hear throughout the place. And there are people that lead you in the first game. Your character remembers a bunch of stuff that the guy told him. The guy you meet at the end. That is what happens in the first one. Like, you're led by that. In the beginning of the first one, I didn't read any of the letters. I just skipped them. I showed them on screen and just went on my way. And when I finally started figuring out that for some of the puzzles and items that you need to find, you actually need to read, I was like, okay, I will start reading because they actually give me solutions and help me out. And that is how I started to read all the notes. In the second one, of course, I read all the notes because they would have... I really didn't know if they would help me with puzzles and stuff, because the first one's notes did, and I wasn't sure, so I just read all of them. Which is, since I don't like horror games, even if it's not really that scary, they're not... Like, that's what I like about the Amnesia, actually. I don't like the Amnesia series because they're a horror game, but I can appreciate it. That's the way I'm thinking about it. And I have recently gotten quite a better appreciation of horror games in general, because they could tell a bunch of, well, stories that are really good. Like, really, really good. And, they can tell stories in a way you wouldn't actually expect them to tell you a story. Like, all the things that you have seen, all the things that you could expect, yes, they are there. Like, there isn't really that much freedom to do everything different. Like, you have to follow some of the horror genres and storytelling points and stuff, but like, you have to have some spooky entity that is chasing you or something. That's one of the ways you can do it. The other ones is just the thing, but there is one horror game in particular that stands in a bit of a spot of its own in my mind, and that is the seriously, I hate you. I wanted this one to fall down, dang it. I don't have the ladder anymore. Well, to hell with it. So, as I was saying, I have the... No, I really do need to keep it afloat. Or, well, not afloat, but up. There is actually no way for me to reach. I can technically get myself stuck here. if I don't do this properly, I can get myself stuck in a situation where I can't really do a thing. This is about the, if I remove, like this one is now free and I can pull it down with the winch, but if I put this one down with the winch, I lose my access to these ones up here. Like I don't really lose it fully, I just lose it partially. But I will still put these two down with the winch since the ladder is already removed, if I remember. Yes, the ladder is already gone, so there is literally no point in me keeping them. It will just allow me to pull more stuff with it. So, as I was saying, I can appreciate a good horror game, and Soma is in my not horror. I don't like horror games, as I have stated many times. But Soma is in a different place in my opinion. Soma is entirely, it has a few jump scares that the first time that I watched the playthrough, because there is no way I'm playing this. The first time I saw a playthrough through it, the jump scares didn't really get me. I wasn't scared of those jump scares, not because they weren't good jump scares, it was just, I didn't, you know, the jump scare is because you don't expect it, like, that's the reason, but I didn't expect it, but still they weren't that scary. The whole thing, there are, I think, 2 enemies in the whole game that are not really fast and you can just outrun them, so the enemies don't pose a threat, so what is the idea? The idea behind the Soma game is it's all in your brain. It's nothing is real. Nothing actually bad happens to you. Like you see a bunch of robots that claim to be human, but that's it. And yes, they are. I'm going to be spoiling quite a lot of the game right now. You see a bunch of robots that claim to be human, that claim to be fine or hurt or something. You can't really help them other than to turn them off, but and that's the scary part of the Soma game. It's the fact that the humans are no longer human. You are no longer human. You find out at the very end of the game, where you actually see yourself. Where you weren't human. You thought you were human. You saw your hands, you saw your feet, you saw yourself in a mirror. But all of that was all a fabrication of your own mind that you were human. You were no longer human. You were a robot, just like everybody else. And that's the scary part of the Soma game. Like it's not really a horror in that sense that there is something after you that you can't kill. Run from it. No, there wasn't anything like that. It was just storytelling, that dread, that it was more of a thriller, more of a mystical experience than a horror game. At least that's how I felt it. And Amnesia kind of stands in the same place as the Soma one. It really doesn't feel like you are constantly being chased. It's more like the dread of what is actually happening, what your character is going through, what his fears are, what actually is going on around the place. That is, and you weren't really chased by anything. Yes, there were some sections that you needed to be more stealthy than others, but that's it. It wasn't really a survival game. You didn't really need to survive the horrors that you got chased by, because once you died from a single monster, it would just disappear. For some of the sections it didn't disappear, but for most of them it did. If you ever got caught, I didn't find out that. I found out that not the correct way. I don't know if it was due to there aren't any difficulty selections, so it can't have been I chose the easiest difficulty, so the enemies despawned after they caught me once. There isn't anything like that as far as I remember. And the same one does more of the first one, but it's the second one was more blunt than the first one. And yes, I am blabbering on and on and on and on, and I could probably continue. But long story short is, I can appreciate that kind of game, but the one that I'm currently playing, the bunker one, oh no, that is absolutely the kind of game I hate. The one that where you're constantly 24/7 being chased about by a monster you can't actually do anything about. And by the way, I got killed a few times due to boo. Just gonna call it boo. Although my channel is not monetized and might never will, but I'm just gonna call it boo. Like, I was hiding, there was no way for the monster to find me. He just comes out, straight up sees me, murders my... It didn't really even see me, it kind of just AoE damaged me, and then I kind of thought I was in danger, and then it was like, oh, I have currently randomly found you, you are now dead. Yeah, that wasn't fun. And that is how I died the last time. The one that I was most successful, had most, like, I was one door away from escaping and running to the safety of my bunker room. My safe room. But no, none of that ever happened due to me deleting the damn safe. And now, I am pissed off. And now, I am gonna say, thank you for joining me, listening to my ramble, telling you some more stories, being annoyed at myself, and have a great day.